What happens when three of the world's most powerful nations become locked in one of the most dangerous conflicts of our time? Iran, Israel, and the United States have been rivals for decades. Their conflict has shaped the Middle East, influenced global politics, affected oil prices, and raised fears of a much larger regional war. But why do these countries see each other as enemies? How did this conflict begin, and could it eventually lead to an even bigger confrontation? In today's video, we'll break down the history, the key events, the current tensions, and what could happen next. Let's begin. Chapter 1: How did it all begin? To understand today's conflict, we need to go back more than 45 years. Before 1979, Iran was actually one of America's closest allies in the Middle East. The country was ruled by Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, who maintained strong political and military ties with both the United States and Israel. Everything changed in 1979. The Iranian Revolution overthrew the Shah and brought Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini to power. The new Islamic Republic adopted a very different foreign policy. It strongly opposed U.S. influence in the region and refused to recognize Israel. From that moment, relations between Iran and the United States collapsed, while Iran and Israel became bitter enemies. This rivalry has continued ever since. Chapter 2: Why does Iran oppose Israel? Iran argues that Palestinians deserve an independent state and has long criticized Israeli policies toward the Palestinians. Because of this, Iran has supported groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. Israel, however, views these groups as terrorist organizations that threaten its national security. Israel believes Iran uses these proxy groups to expand its influence across the Middle East and attack Israeli interests without engaging in direct war. As a result, both countries accuse each other of fueling instability throughout the region. Iran argues that Palestinians deserve an independent state and has long criticized Israeli policies toward the Palestinians. Because of this, Iran has supported groups such as Hezbollah in Lebanon and Hamas in Gaza. Israel, however, views these groups as terrorist organizations that threaten its national security. Israel believes Iran uses these proxy groups to expand its influence across the Middle East and attack Israeli interests without engaging in direct war. As a result, both countries accuse each other of fueling instability throughout the region. Chapter 3: Why does the United States support Israel? The United States has been Israel's strongest ally for decades. This partnership is based on several factors. First, both countries share long-standing military and intelligence cooperation. Second, the United States considers Israel one of its closest strategic partners in the Middle East. Third, American governments have generally viewed Israel as an important ally for maintaining regional security. Because of this alliance, the U.S. provides Israel with military assistance, advanced technology, and diplomatic support. Iran, on the other hand, views this partnership as evidence of excessive American influence in the region. Chapter 4: Iran's nuclear program. One of the biggest concerns in this conflict is Iran's nuclear program. Iran says its nuclear activities are intended for peaceful purposes, including electricity generation and scientific research. However, Israel and many Western countries worry that Iran could eventually develop nuclear weapons. Iran has repeatedly stated that it is not seeking to build a nuclear bomb. Despite those statements, disagreements over Iran's nuclear activities have led to sanctions, diplomatic disputes, and periodic crises. This issue remains one of the central sources of tension. Chapter 5: Rising tensions. For many years, Iran and Israel avoided direct military confrontation. Instead, much of their conflict took place through cyber attacks, covert operations, intelligence activities, and proxy groups. More recently, however, tensions have escalated, with both sides carrying out direct military strikes against each other. Each side says its actions are defensive responses to attacks or perceived threats. The United States has also increased its military presence in the region during periods of heightened tension, while continuing to support Israel's security. These developments have raised international concerns about the risk of a wider regional conflict. Chapter 6: What could happen next? Several different outcomes are possible. The first is diplomacy. Negotiations could reduce tensions and help prevent further escalation. The second possibility is continued limited military exchanges, where both sides avoid a full-scale war but continue retaliatory actions. The third, and most concerning, possibility would be a broader regional conflict involving additional countries or armed groups. Many world leaders continue to call for restraint and diplomatic solutions to avoid further escalation. The conflict between Iran, Israel, and the United States is not just about three countries. It involves decades of history, competing security concerns, regional influence, alliances, and unresolved political disputes. Understanding this complex relationship helps explain why events in the Middle East often have global consequences. Only time will tell whether diplomacy or further confrontation will shape the future. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more in-depth explanations of global events. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.